I know it all. I know it all. Yes.
I'm coming for everything.
You threatening me?
How did you prepare for this role?
I looked at all the greats, and watched them, and as we developed Damien's fight style and all of those things, I began to craft it. The physicality of Damien is a part of the characterization. How he moves in street clothes is very similar to how he moves in the ring. He's just disrobed. The way he's thinking, the way his mind works, all of that, the amount of pain he's willing to put his body through in order to prepare for the fight says so much. So, we went after it.
You a coward, bro, and a fraud. Try spending half your life in a cell, watching somebody else live your life.
How was your directorial debut experience?
Right around Creed 2, I really started to kind of daydream about what Creed 3 was going to be like. Then it just little by little, you start to imagine more, what am I going through in my life that I want to share? So I think it started at the character and then also trying to figure out how to take the fights to the next level also. So you just kind of start there and then, just one foot in front of the other. I know every tell, every little false moment, not false moment, when they about to blink, I know it all. I know it all. Yes.
Great guy, Josh, great guy.
What did you learn from your castmates?
There's so much ease and confidence and aura around her performance and the world that she creates. And so to trust that, I now sniff that out in other scene partners to go, okay, are you already ahead of it? Are you already in it? And I can just walk into the door, you know what I mean?
Curious what happened with you two?
I didn't tell you. We was like brothers.
You learned more sign language for this film. What was your takeaway?
It wasn't just us learning, the crew was also learning at the same time. So sometimes we'd be like all in a room together learning, and you do one of the big things that I think it gave us the opportunity to do and to continue to do is unpack our own bias. We're so biased towards the hearing world. Like if someone's in front of me and I need to get around them, I will say, excuse me, because my bias is that people would be able to hear me. And I think unpacking that and being more cognizant and aware is such a cool thing.
What's on your bucket list?
Go to Japan. Haven't been there yet.
Okay.
Me either.
Yeah, me either, bro. That's actually kind of on my bucket list.
Yeah, same. I was just right before the pandemic. And then
I've been trying to go for like the last 5 years or so, but every time, I'm getting ready to go, something happens and shuts it down. But just being able to go over there and really immerse myself in the culture and
that's quite
the anime. Their anime, I grew up on it, so like a lot of the messaging and the themes that are in their anime is friendships, bonds, promises, keeping your word, being outcast, feeling like outliers, you feel like you don't belong, but being the chosen one to actually come up and make a change, So there's a lot of those things that I grew up, fantasizing about that are ingrained in, me. I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my wildest dreams.
What challenges do your characters battle in Creed 3?
It's having to figure out who are you, not in relation to what you do.
Yep.
And I think that that's something that a lot of us have had to figure out, particularly during the pandemic when you're sort of stripped of the things that sometimes can define you. Like who are you in every other facet of your life? And I think Mike's character Adonis through retirement is having to ask that question, and Bianca in her own way. And I think what you discover when some of those things that typically can define you, your ideas about success, or sort of how you show up in the world, when you're stripped of those, the things that matter actually is how you show up to your family. And and also how you show up to yourself. Like those are the things you're gonna think about at your end of days.
It's never too late to challenge yourself to grow and change the way you think and better yourself, The fear of change keeps people stagnant, and don't settle. And lean on your family and things that are around you to push you to be greater, because that's what they're there for. You got one life, and you don't want to have any regrets.
Keep swinging.
And apply that to everything. Exactly. Keep swinging.
Keep swinging.